Welcome back to the channel, Gyro here. Today is a lovely evening and I'm just having a tea here and deciding which alt to play, and it crossed my mind that maybe some of you, my dear fellow altaholics, are thinking, look, maybe I need a bit of an inspiration from my friend Gyro to suggest what alt to play. How about we talk about it today in this video, in this spontaneous, unscripted format? What do you think? Casual, nice, friendly chat. Give it a like if you like these spontaneous videos sometimes. So I have quite a few alts. No, 8 plus 7 plus 6 is not all I have. I have a whole bunch of deleted ones, and I'm gonna even show it to you today. Yep, gonna completely unveil to you exactly all my deleted ones. Before you ask me why, Gyro, were you deleting them, I'll tell you straight away. To make a bit of a visual clutter less oppressive. So to remove the visual clutter, that's why. So let's go to my first server, Amanthul. What do I want to play? What do I have there? And so on and so forth. You will follow me, I'm sure. So these are obviously not all the Pandaria characters. You can see here a little hourglass, and that is my Gyro tank. I absolutely love this character. I love warriors. I enjoyed leveling him. So straight away, without any kind of particular order, I can tell you that I thoroughly enjoy warriors, specifically protection warriors. So if you are looking for an inspiration, my first advice to you, I promise to you, no ado, so go play Protection Warrior right now. If you don't have one in your collection, very easy to level in Pandaria, lovely looking gear, impossible to kill, fantastic, just fantastic. Gonna be well prepared for the war within. That would be my first suggestion to you. Why is that a first suggestion as well? It is because if you've been my follower for a while, you would know that I prefer, not exclusively, but I prefer playing tanks. So this is my first suggestion to you. Level a tank to prepare for the war within and take advantage of the Pandaria boost. My next choice would be a Paladin. I did not roll one in the midst of Pandaria simply because I have at least 2 Paladins on different servers with slightly different specs, yes, that's how I roll, that are on 2 different servers. This is a surprisingly easy and surprisingly enjoyable retribution build. From all the reports that I'm seeing from the war within alpha and now beta is starting, I know that retribution is still kicking butt, so I can only wholeheartedly recommend retribution to you. It's amazing. The retribution is probably one of the 2, so stay with me today, one of the 2 DPS that I would currently play. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. So retribution would be my second choice. Then we have here my kind of undergeared, obviously, but we're not going to make apologies. We are all here casuals. My Blood Death Knight, even though at the moment the rune on the weapon is obviously Frost, so I actually switched to DPS for a short period of time. That's why it's that. It's not Sanguination. What can I say about Blood Death Knights? Quite enjoyable, but I would not put them in my top 5 to play right now. But this is also a little bit of a reminder to you and an inspiration. Another relatively unkillable tank that is slightly harder to play, with cooldown based systems, needing to keep the shield on yourself all the time, yada yada. It's a little bit harder to keep alive, and I know that a lot of fellow healers, especially in challenging environments such as Mythic Plus, 10 Plus, they would say that Blood Death Knights, yeah, can be wonderful, but can be touch and go. Here is another warrior, as you can see, undergeared old one. That's how much I love Protection Warriors. We already spoke about it. Hey, here you go, we save you the time. Here is one of my relatively old, relatively very kind of casually geared through LFR, this and that. The Dinox, my Monk. This is actually a Monk in Brewmaster spec. I quite like Brewmasters. I find them incredibly satisfying if you feel like taking a kind of a switch from something completely brain dead, such as Guardian Druid, for example, or such as Protection Paladin, even in some cases. So if you feel like making your brain work, here is your inspiration, my friend. Try a Brewmaster Monk, and in case you wonder, oh, but I'm too scared, whatever, I have a reasonably casual, friendly guide on my channel. It may be a tiny bit out of date, but not too out of date for you not to be able to follow, so take a look at that. Now, surprisingly, yes, don't comment even on my horrible outfit. Yeah, oh, you can't comment on that. Let's talk about that. Make fun. Here is a Demon Hunter. I used to be in love with Demon Hunters, and I played them not exclusively but almost exclusively through majority of Legion. I know it's very hard to believe that I didn't switch. I didn't switch much. I had maybe 3 characters during Legion expansion. Love them, still love them. Still somehow cannot get a full grasp on the DPS spec on Havoc, but I'm quite a fan of Vengeance. Vengeance is okay, and I think, unless I'm planning to publish it and I haven't yet, remind me please in the comments down below, I have a reasonable, casual-friendly, relatively brain-dead guide for Vengeance Demon Hunters. Where would I place them? Not high, not in my top 5 right now to play, but of course they have the right to exist, and I have one. Now, the delight of a brain-dead kind of player who wants to tank and who wants a cool look, who wants a tanking werebear form to show off to the other people, especially if you have it. It's definitely a Guardian Druid. Guardian Druid is fantastic. You spam Thresh, and with the right build and not too challenging content, everything dies, and you're just running ahead, watching Netflix, spamming 1 button, maybe 2 at maximum. Can highly recommend it. At the moment, it's not high on my personal radar, but you tell me if you play Guardian Druid or planning to gear one up and prepare through Mists of Pandaria. As you can see, this is not Mists of Pandaria thing. Now here is my Elemental Shaman. Elemental Shaman is actually surprisingly quite enjoyable. A Shaman is among my 2 classes that I know the least and play least efficiently, I'm gonna say it to you. It is the Shadow Priest and Shaman. In general, Shaman. Various specs, okay? I'm actually a bit better on Resto, believe it or not. So, very, very fun though. I always find fun simply because Shaman, more so than any other class, works on procs. So something procs and you instantly can hit something much harder, or even get a critical hit, guaranteed critical hit. I can't think of any other class that does it just as well as Shaman does. So that's why I can recommend Shaman. I absolutely plan to play Shaman, and spoiler alert, this is not the last one we're looking at today. We started looking at Gyro Tank, already said enough. Protection Warrior is my number 1 choice, so there you go. Let's very quickly take a look at now my Kylastras server. Here we have another ungeared yet, but restored recently, that's why he's in old gear. Shaman, not gonna talk about him much, that's how much I love Shaman. I have a hunter. That's not my only hunter. That's the only hunter that is not deleted. I'm gonna check the deletions, I promise to you, so bear with me. This is my old other druid that I need to have one on Alliance, one on Horde, of course. We already spoke about this. Yes, I have 2. I have 2 Draxia, yep. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is Devastation, and the other one is Preservation. I actually am a massive, massive fan of how brain-dead and dominant Preservation spec is. Check out my now slightly outdated, older guide, kind of for casual players, on how to play Preservation. If you want one, if you want an updated guide on Preservation or any other of those, the only way for you to make me do this is talk to me in the comments down below, and I don't make any promises, but I promise that I will consider your requests absolutely 100%. We have here another one, another of my enough said, another one of my paladins who is switching between protection and retribution. You can see how much I'm enjoying retribution, because even this guy is in retribution spec right now. Looks kind of ugly, I have to say, but typically he is protection actually. And Gyroboss is my Horde protection warrior. Look at this guy. It tells you that I played quite a bit, and you know exactly through which season I played. Spoiler alert, it was season, what, 2 or something? Now let's take a look at how much I have deleted. Oh my god, I have a lot of deleted characters at different levels. Yep, take your hot pills. I have an Ancient Death Knight, Ancient Druid, Ancient Death Knight not even that low. Level 70 deleted Demon Hunter, just reduce the clutter, right? My Ancient Rogue, my Ancient Priest abandoned kinda close to the finish line, just simply because I got sick of his look of a cow. And so on and so forth. You can see that I have a big selection here as well. Now let's switch to the realm that has a few characters that have been created before Mists of Pandaria, and now I'm using it as a spawning ground for Pandaria characters. Really, really grateful to Blizzard for creating that. We have another Paladin, don't even tell me anything. We have another, this one is Preservation, I think, Draxia, and now we are going into the Hourglass area of talking finally finish line. We're on the finish line. If you're still watching, give this video a like, and thank you very much. You're very special, because I didn't expect you to watch that long. If you are still here, my god, you're special. We have the Monk, I will tell you straight away, I created one, but I'm not enjoying the monk right now too much. Somehow I just don't get the ignition of thing, and I'm leveling him as Windwalker. I pump out decent DPS. Somehow just the abundance of buttons right now is just not resonating with me. Not that phase of life. I am, don't ask me why, leveling another Demon Hunter. I just thought it will be fun, but also I'm kind of plateauing on it a little bit. Then I have my wonderful Priest, which I enjoy thoroughly. I finally did what I wanted to do. I achieved it. I finally leveled one, at least, Priest who is going to be my Shadow Priest. I'm a horrible Shadow Priest, but I'm gonna get better. I also leveled one Warlock, who I always wanted to have one kind of demonic looking, Eredar looking Draenei Warlock, which finally my dream is accomplished. And finally, my friends, the reward for those of you who lasted this long, I can tell you what I'm playing right now. And this is, believe it or not, a wonderfully named Gyro Shock, horribly looking, mind you, Shaman in leveling. Currently, the cloak is giving me about 230% experience boost. I just need more time and I'll be level 70 very, very quickly. And I'm leveling him in Enhancement. I am having surprising amount of fun. This is not a class review, not a class guide, obviously, but I can tell you as a final thing, not to make this video too long, I can tell you that it's hard to make a recommendation like go play this, right? Because I started talking to you about tanks and all that. So you can play whatever you want, whatever has tickled your fancy, and tell me in the comments down below what did you conclude from this video, what do you want to play. But I right now, me, with all this selection of characters, I can tell you front and center that this is the character that drew my attention. Once I started leveling him, past level like 20, I did not even switch. I even published videos where I told you, switch between them, like go to LFR, level them, watch those videos. Once this guy reached level 20, I was having so much fun with him, just simply from Wind Fury, proccing and all that kind of stuff, that I didn't even look back. I started leveling him, I didn't look back. There you go, my friends. I hope this was somewhat entertaining. If it was, please give me a quick like. It does go a long way. I do mean it, because otherwise it looks like a dead house and no one is watching these videos and YouTube is not showing it to other people. So if you want more activity, more similar videos from me, that's your main way to support me and to tell me that I'm doing something right and you enjoy this kind of videos. So please do that for me. And always, who is not a troll, always gets a response from me in the comments. Please come in, tell me what you play. At the very least, you can tell me what you play right now in Mist of Pandaria, World of Warcraft, otherwise, what's happening. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was enjoyable. Goodbye for now.